tell me what you're out here advocating for or marching for or against.
Oh, I'm protesting the protesters because they don't understand. They don't understand gun control. They don't understand. If you actually read history, a lot of dictatorships or a lot of dictators use emotions and use gun control to get their agenda across.
Right.
So you're actually helping government basically hurt you.
Right. Yeah. So you have all these kids
Yeah.
advocating against, against their own rights.
Yep.
You could say, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
The right to defend yourself.
Yep.
And you saw the government can't even protect those kids in Florida. The 4 county sheriffs were
Yep.
hiding.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're advocating against not their freedom of speech, but I guess you could say their threats. You could
Yes,
say, right?
big time.
Of
Big
government,
time.
right?
I mean, government's always a threat, though, because government's the reason that we have all these wars. Government always violates our rights. I mean, people understand government's not your friend.
Government's not your friend.
If you don't even understand, even in the Constitution, police are not there to protect you.
Right.
There's laws like I think Warren versus Columbia.
District of Columbia,
District of
correct,
Columbia
yeah.
talks about that cops don't have to protect you if they don't have the right to.
No obligation.
Exactly, no
Yeah, there you
obligation. So it makes no sense to get rid of your guns and then expect government to help you, even though government never helps you. They actually hurt you. They're actually
Right.
the number one enemy.
Yes.
It's sad, but
Yeah.
people need to literally get outside of the country. When you start going outside of the country, then you actually understand
You
what
look
you're
at
talking
the
about.
bigger picture.
Exactly.
Yeah, the history that people kind of have here
Yeah.
kind of goes back to the American Revolution, right?
Yes.
But they don't look outside the scope of which
Yes.
socialist governments have
Yes.
always murdered their
Yes.
own people.
Yes.
Right? You have
Exactly.
Mao's, we have Mao's communist
Yep.
China. You have
Stalin,
the
Yep.
Russians.
Yeah, Pol Pot. You have Nazi Germany. I mean, there's so many lists.
Right.
So.
Yeah, Nazi Germany's a
Yeah.
good one, right?
Yeah.
They disarmed the Jew.
Yeah.
Certain
Even
population.
America, we did it in the 40s with Japanese people.
Yeah.
we took their gun rights and we put them in concentration
They
camps.
threw Asians in
We
concentration
threw
camps.
Asians in concentration camps, but no one wants to talk about that.
Nobody talks about that
At all.
Yeah, when a Democrat does, it's like,
Yep.
man, it's not that racist. I
Yeah.
guess this is for the country or something,
Yeah,
right?
it makes no sense at
makes
all.
no sense.
Yeah.
So you live around here in DC
Yes,
then? Yeah.
yeah.
So do you go to other protests and rallies?
Well, I went to the Women's March and I was I'm more pro-life than pro-choice. So.
Right. So wouldn't the pro-life position then be? To be anti-government?
Yes. Well, if you really deep down, even in a scientific perspective, when scientists talk about bacteria and other planets, they say that's life. So that's the same thing as an egg or a fertilized egg.
Right.
It's the same thing as life. I used to be very pro-choice, and that's still kind of a hard issue with me because it's like the pro-choice is more about freedom, getting government out. But what do you do when someone doesn't have rights? They can't vote or not vote, but try to protest.
Right.
And when you're a fertilized egg, you can't really protest. So
Yeah,
that's kind of a hard. I still have a hard time,
It is a difficult area.
Yeah.
Because it's a difficult choice. the person would
Exactly.
be
Yeah.
making, right?
Yeah.
And a
But
lot
this,
of.
sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, tell
This
me.
nonsense that it's a woman's right to kill her own baby is complete stupidity. I mean, just because you might think it's your own right, but it takes two to make a baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
well,
you can't just kill something
You could
inside of
say
you.
it does take away the father's right. 'Cause
Exactly.
Here the government will say he's
Exactly.
going to be beholden
Yep.
legally to provide for that child,
Yep.
even if he doesn't want to be a part of it.
Yes.
But what about if the woman takes care of it and the woman and the guy wants the baby?
Yeah,
right? You
true,
could
that
say
too.
But at the same time, you find, I guess statistically, in terms let's say, what about rapes and
Yep.
stuff like that? They account for about
Yeah.
less than 1%.
Yeah.
I think a lot of this stuff is just, I don't know, access to other information. I mean, you do have things like this, but sometimes they might come out too pretty strongly. Say, well,
Yeah.
you're going to hell, and that's not going to be very persuasive.
That's a horrible way.
That's a horrible way to try to
Yeah.
persuade somebody,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I don't know why a lot of Christians do that. They got to stop doing that because
Right,
that's
yeah.
just pushing people
You're
away.
pushing
They
people
got to be
away.
more non-threatening than threatening.
Right.
And it's funny because I'm an atheist and I'm pro-life.
You're right.
And people are like, what? That makes no sense. But I mean, there's a lot of atheists that are pro-life.
That makes
Right.
sense.
Yeah. If you understand scientifically, I mean,
Right.
It's not really a religious issue, ultimately.
Yeah.
It's like you're killing somebody. You're killing a child.
Yeah, man.
Whether
So I would
you're
say,
Christian or not,
we had a conversation.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. Yeah, you're good, man.
you're good.
So I would say, because I was talking to the gentleman earlier,
Yeah.
and he was talking about, well, we came to the issue of taxation. Taxation itself is not very
Oh, my
pro-life.
goodness.
Yeah. If you have to threaten the life of the
Yeah.
other person
Yeah.
to give them to surrender your property,
Yeah.
you can't really say that's
taxation is completely theft.
Yeah.
But people don't understand, people really believe taxation is there to help you.
Right.
It's government is actually taking money from you and giving it to themselves.
Yeah.
But they really think it's helping. No, it's not. You're paying them.
Right. It's like the old example people use. If I go to your house and
Yes.
mow your lawn,
Yes.
and give you the check, well, I
Yes.
hope you benefited, right?
Yes.
So therefore you owe me money, right?
But they really don't, because I promise you, people stop paying taxes, government will fall apart.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was Milton Friedman's greatest
Yes,
sin. Yeah,
yes.
the withholding tax.
Yes. Yes. It's crazy.
Yeah, cool. So what do you do around here? Otherwise, Are you in school or?
No, I dropped out.
You dropped out? You dropped
No,
out?
man, that's complete indoctrination now.
Right.
Universities are completely indoctrination.
Most of them are, yeah, especially
Yeah.
the liberal ones. You got the biggest one here,
big time,
American.
yeah.
Very true, very true.
Business, entrepreneurism.
Nice,
I mean,
cool.
freedom
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Good. Are you into the crypto markets too?
Not really.
Not really?
I don't really like the crypto markets that much. I mean,
Right.
it's a little bit freedom, but they still have, if you really look deep down specifically, they still have the same concept as central banking. I think.
Okay, yeah, you could look like maybe Ripple. You know,
Yes,
it is Bitcoin.
and this
Yeah,
nonsense
yeah,
of
yeah.
scarcity is not true. I mean, you can make multiple Bitcoins. So that
competing currencies?
Yes,
Or,
but-
or
but-
Bitcoin itself?
But Bitcoin itself, you can make multiple ones, so that decreases the value. If you understand, central banking, the more you print, the more your value decreases.
Technically, you could create more Bitcoin by creating an exadecimal place. That's
Okay.
true, but I don't know if that would necessarily depreciate this value. And this maybe increases. I guess maybe you're right about in terms of its fiatness.
Yeah, fiatness, and it's online. I don't really trust that either.
You don't
I like
trust it?
cash.
Well, most of your cash is online, though. Most of your money's on the internet.
Yeah, but I cashed most of my money out.
You cashed most of your money
'cause
out.
cash gives you so much more freedom. It's anonymous. A lot of people understand, like, when the 2008 crash happened, the Dodd-Frank bill, like what's happening in Cyprus and Greece, all these central banks and governments are taking money out. Venezuela is a big example. People are leaving their money in banks and they're taking their money out. People understand the next crash is going to be a bail-in. It's not going to be a bailout. So when the next crash happens, they're going to take your money out. You have to pay the government's bad financial decisions.
That's very true.
They don't understand that. That's happening already in Europe.
That did happen in Cyprus. The government
Yep.
passed a law, froze
And
everyone's
Greece.
bank
Yep.
account, stole 50% of the savings. Yeah.
Exactly.
I can see that happening here.
Yeah, definitely is
These
going
are
to happen
things-
here. But people are too naive.
But the thing is, there's no Bitcoin bank. You can't really
Yeah.
steal. It's as anonymous as you
But
want
they
it
have to
to
turn
be.
off the internet, though, don't they? I mean, there's so many ways they could find a way.
It's just on a network. It's online somewhere in the world.
Okay.
It's accessible. You really can.
I mean, if someone can educate me more and see more of the benefits than the flaws,
Yeah.
then I might be able to
Oh,
be
yeah.
more.
So
But I just like gold and silver. It's just so much.
Good. So
Gold
you're a
Silver's-
Peter Schiff fan then?
Huh?
You're a Peter Schiff fan?
Yes. Oh, definitely Peter Schiff. Ron Paul too. Yeah.
Good. Did you go to LibertyCon then? There was a. You ever heard of it?
I've heard of it, but I've never been there.
There was a big conference. Yeah, Peter
Where?
Schiff there. Here in DC. It was
Oh, damn, I
a
didn't.
few weeks ago.
Yeah.
A lot of gold bugs there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I love gold and silver and cash. Yeah.
All right. So we were here earlier. He found me. You were saying you seen one of my videos before. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
'Cause
say,
you're the first. My first team. You're the first NCAP. I didn't know what NCAP was because I kind of got like a mixed feeling between minarchist or libertarianism. But if you really understand libertarianism, it's more in the philosophy of anarchy.
Right.
No ruler.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Minarchism is actually still government.
Right.
Still slavery in a sense.
yeah, it's still socialism.
Exactly. I didn't understand that until Larkin Rose actually explained it to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess how long in the journey then have you been?
Whew, it took a while. I went from being super socialistic,
Yeah.
very socialistic, because I was young. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And then I started working. And I saw how much the government really raped me financially.
Well, yeah, when you look at your
Yes.
paycheck. Yeah.
Yes.
That doesn't say,
Yeah.
your employer. That's not employer
Yeah,
tax.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I realized how much businessmen actually help this country, or just in general.
Yeah.
Businessmen are the true providers. They actually help, create value.
Yes.
And governments try to nag them and say they're the bad guys.
Right,
But they're
right.
really actually the good guys.
Yeah.
Usually.
Everything the market creates
Yep.
for the benefit of the people, the government
Yep.
likes to take that and perverse it into
Exactly.
we want to see Amazon drone deliver
Exactly.
pizzas. You see them
Exactly.
drone bombing children overseas.
Exactly.
Right?
Democide is so insane. Government has killed so many of their own people. It's ridiculous.
Yes. But only governments will have guns, right?
Yeah. Right.
guns,
Yeah. Like the government's never going to use it against
never,
you.
yeah, Ever.
It's sad. It's kind of sickening, but I blame public schools. Public
Right.
schools are the reason for this.
So do you engage your friends in some of these conversations too?
Yeah, I definitely engage my friends. I mean, a lot of them don't listen, but
Right. Well, you got to
Yeah.
nag them sometimes, right?
yeah. I try to find a better discourse
Right.
so they can understand, because everyone's an anarchist in their personal life.
Right.
No one's, when we trade personally, so everyone's an anarchist. We don't steal from you, or
Right.
that's government when they steal from you or they coerce you.
That's where the violation of consent occurs,
Exactly,
right?
but they don't understand that.
Yeah, when you ask somebody, it's like, you advocate for consent, everyone
Yes,
will say yes,
consent,
right?
yes.
So like right here in our advocation of one another, there's anarchy, right?
Yep,
The
exactly.
moment there's the advocation for it, that's
Yes.
statism, that's government.
Yes.
But yeah, so when people say, well, anarchy is chaotic, well, let's look at government. Government itself is chaotic.
Exactly. Anarchy is not chaotic.
Right.
We do anarchy every day in our lives. government just labels it chaotic because they try to scare us.
Right. They
Really?
want they excruciate the language.
Exactly.
Right,
It's like,
right.
yeah, exactly. They manipulate it.
Right, they
Yeah.
do a good job. This wrong for you to steal, we'll call it taxes. Wrong for you to murder, we'll call
Yeah.
it organized war.
Yeah.
It's not mass murder; it's collateral damage.
Yes,
right.
like instead of extortion, they call it taxation,
Right,
or helping
right,
the
right.
public good. They're very good at manipulating.
Yeah.
Super good. But they learn from other governments.
Right, it's
Out
like
of control.
when you go to ABC in Virginia, they say thank you for a patron. It's like I can't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
Right, they like to hold on to business words,
Yes.
right, to kind
Yes.
of hide themselves from
Yes.
that. So
They're all collectivists.
Yeah.
If you look deep down inside, they're all collectivists.
Right.
Even a lot of companies that pretend to be capitalistic, but they are anti-free market, they're collectivists too. They profitize the profits when they're good, but they socialize the losses when they don't want to compete with everyone
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
They like to cheat the market.
I think there was I read an interesting case about like this dentistry that sent a threatening letter to like the parents. It's like, hey, your kid hasn't come for a checkup, and according to state laws, there's a maltreatment of the child, and they can
Sucks.
take your child away. And
Forced, damn.
Yeah, and the state was so like they're pretty much trying to use the state
Yeah.
to push them into businesses,
Yeah.
right? Trying to use the gun of the government to kind of force
Yep.
them in there, and like
Yep.
there was this outrage and everything
Yep.
like that. But yeah, you find that without the government, you really have to compete, right? You really have
Exactly.
to innovate or go bankrupt.
That's true altruism. I mean, that's what freedom is.
Yeah.
Why would you not want to compete?
Right.
It helps everyone else.
Right,
It
right.
lowers prices. It makes better quality products, better quality services. But the problem is everyone's too everyone's like not individual. Like people are not really adults anymore.
Right.
We're still children in like adult bodies. You know what
Well,
I mean?
here we are trying to get the opinions of children to legislate our lives
exactly.
away, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, it's hard for me to say, like, I can't really fuck because they're children, but at the same time, they're about 17, getting ready to be 18, in high school.
Well, even 30-year-olds. I mean, there's the majority of people here are children.
Yeah, and they'll use their children to
Yeah,
accomplish their views,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
They get too emotional. They get very logical.
Right.
They don't actually think it out. Like if you really break it down, how our government is, it's still statism.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It is.
It doesn't matter what flavor statism you want. Statism is still statism.
Right.
Evil is still evil. It doesn't
Evil is
matter
still
if
evil.
it's good or wrong.
Well, thank you so much for
Definitely,
coming
man.
out here, man.
Yeah,
It's
man.
great meeting you, Chris, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Definitely, man.